Hello, in this session I want to explain about sphere, pyramid, wedge, and torus commands. First, sphere. Creates a 3D solid sphere. You can create a sphere by specifying a center point and a point on a radius. Center point. The radius. Center point specifies the center point of the sphere. When you specify the center point, the sphere is positioned so that its central axis is parallel to the z-axis of the current user coordinate system. Latitudinal lines are parallel to the xy plane. Radius defines the radius of the sphere. Diameters defines the diameter of the sphere. P, 2P, and TTR. 3P 3 points defines the circumference of the sphere by specifying 3 points anywhere in 3D space. The 3 specified points also define the plane of circumference. 2 points defines the circumference of the sphere by specifying 2 points anywhere in 3D space. The plane of the circumference is defined by the z value of the first point. Tangent radius defines the sphere with a specified radius tangent to two objects. The specified tangency points are projected onto a current UCS. Now I want to explain pyramid commands. Creates a 3D solid pyramid. By default, a pyramid is defined by the center of the base point, a point on the middle of the edge, and another point that determines the height. Center point, and a point in the middle of the edge, and the height. Initially, the default base radius isn't set to any value. During a drawing session, the default value for the base radius is always the previously entered base radius value for any solid primitive. Use the top radius option to create a pyramid frustum. Like this. Edge and size. Edge set the length of one edge of the pyramid base as indicated by 2 points that you specify. Size sets the number of sides for pyramids. Enter a positive value from 3 to 32 and in inscribed specify that the base of pyramid is inscribed or drawn within the base radius. Circumscribed specifies that the pyramid is circumscribed around or drawn around the base radius of a pyramid. can choose inscribe or sequence. Or you can choose also top radius 20 and 30. Top radius like this specifies the top radius of the pyramid, creating a pyramid frustum. Initially, the default top radius is not set to any value. During a drawing session, the default value for a top radius is always the previously entered top radius value for any solid primitive. Now I want to explain about wedge comment. Creates a 3D solid wedge. The direction of a taper is always in a positive x-axis direction of the UCS. Entering a positive value draws the height along the positive z-axis of the current UCS. Entering a negative value draws the height along the negative z-axis. You should first set the first corner of the wedge base, like drawing a rectangle. And other corner sets the opposite corner of the wedge base located on the XY plane. And the height 20. The height. Or you can draw the wedge in the center of the wedge by using a specified center point. Or you can create a wedge with sides of equal length, like cube. A shear of cube. You can select cube and 20 for example. It's a half of cube. Or you can draw a wedge or half of cube with length. Creates a wedge with length, width, and height value you specify. The length corresponds to x-axis, the width to y-axis, and the height to z-axis. If you pick a point to specify the length, you also specify the rotation in the xy plane. And the height sets the height of the wedge. Enter a positive value to draw the height along the positive z-axis of the current UCS. Enter a negative value to draw the height along the negative z-axis. Or you can choose 2 points for height, like other comments defines the height of the wedge by specifying the distance between 2 points. For example, two points. Now I want to explain about Torus command. Creates a donut-shaped 3D solid. You can create a torus by specifying the center, then the radius or diameter of a torus, and then the radius or diameter of a tube that surrounded the torus. First point, second point, where you can draw with the center point. Or with 3 points, or 2 points, or tangent radius, diameter, I want to choose diameter, 40, and diameter, 30. P, 2P, tangent radius like other commands. 3 points defines the circumference of the torus with 3 points that you specify. The 3 specified points also define the plane of circumference. 2 points defines the circumference of a torus with 2 points that you specify. The plane of circumference is defined by the z value of the first point. Tangent radius defines the torus with a specified radius tangent to two objects. The specified tangent points are projected onto the current user coordinate system. In the next session, I want to explain about extrude and loft command.